Historically great shooting from Steph Curry and Klay Thompson was the key to Golden State's 7-year dynasty. With Klay gone, can Buddy Hield help create Splash Bros 2.0? Let's compare the two and see what we get. Klay Thompson is without a doubt a top 5 shooter of all time, if not outright second best. In his career, Thompson averaged 41.3 three-point shooting on 7.6 shots per game. Buddy Hield is actually very close to that efficiency. He averaged 40% shooting on 7.6 shots per game. On the surface level, Hield should be able to match the production if given the same role. But this isn't the first time the Warriors added a high-level three-point shooting guard. D'Angelo Russell joined the team in 2019 and failed to have the same impact as Klay Thompson because he was far from the same player. So let's look at how Hield and Thompson actually got to those shots. For the Warriors, Klay gave elite offensive production without needing the ball in his hands 24/7. Check out these stats I gathered since 2015. 69.2% of Klay's shots came when he had the ball for less than 2 seconds. And even more impressive, 72.6% of his shots came from 1 or 0 dribbles. Again, Buddy Hield's actually very similar to that. Because he's been on several teams in his career in different roles, we're just going to use the last 3 seasons, in which 65.6% of his shots came from 1 or 0 dribbles, and 64.4% came from less than 2 seconds holding the ball. Again, close, so let's dive a little deeper one more time because the similarities tend to fall off after that. The plays that were run for both guys in the past 3 years were very different. Hield was more of a traditional non-movement floor spacer, 30% of his shots were from spot-ups, and just 10.7% were off screens. Still a very useful type of player, but wildly different from Klay. The Warriors' offense is famous for the constant movement and screens to open up guys. As a result, relative to Hield, Klay was spotting up 40% less at 18.5% and was shooting off screens nearly 3 times as much at a 30% frequency. So on offense, while both players are elite shooters, for better or for worse, Hield is going to have to adjust his game for the Warriors if they hope to use him in the same role or similar to Klay Thompson. On defense, there's going to be a few more problems. Klay, even at this stage in his career, gives value on that end. Thompson is no longer capable of consistently guarding quicker players on the perimeter, but is still good in one-on-one situations against 3s and 4s where he can leverage his size and IQ. Hield, on the other hand, is a notoriously bad defender. He has shown good hustle, which allows him to be slightly more disruptive with steals, but overall the decision-making and instincts aren't there. With those problems and the fact that he's much smaller than Thompson, it's going to create a poor defensive backcourt when paired with Curry. The Warriors will either need to think about staggering their minutes or finding a way to simultaneously hide both. Hield's offensive role will need to be magnified to hopefully offset the defensive limitations, while the players around him like Draymond Green and Jonathan Kuminga will have to do heavy lifting on that end. With all that being said, if Steve Kerr can make the pieces fit together, then it will be an exciting year for the Warriors. Draymond Green and Curry have had a brilliant synergy, with the former facilitating and the other zipping around the court to get into open areas. Hield can theoretically do the same thing. The Warriors struggled to score when Curry wasn't playing. Curry was a plus 6.3 in offensive plus minus, and in the games where Curry didn't play at all, the Warriors averaged 111 points versus 118 when he was available. They just didn't have someone else capable of getting a bucket. Andrew Wiggins had severely regressed, Jordan Poole was traded, and Chris Paul performed way under expectations. Kuminga could make a bigger leap, but that's about the best option they have. Hield could potentially allow the Warriors to rest Curry more and not give up as much on offense as a result. His perimeter skills not only mean stable shooting, but also better floor spacing to allow Kuminga to go to work as a slashing playmaker when Curry is not in the game. And when they're both on the court, it's not anywhere near an exaggeration that we could see the best shooting backcourt in the entire league back in the Bay. Trading for Buddy Hield was a brilliant move with the limited options available. He can provide a lot to this Warriors team, even if he doesn't exactly fill the Klay Thompson role. If you liked the video, subscribe because I would appreciate it a lot, and to get more NBA content in your feed.